What up, YouTube? It's your boy, it's Carter TV, and I'm back with a 3-episode story for you guys. It's called Prison School. Prison School. This is part 1, dropping part 2 tomorrow, part 3 following day. We start part 1 with introducing the 5 kids in this school who don't know each other, but they meet in this particular school. Now, the prison school is basically for juveniles, kids up to 17 years old. If you don't make it out the prison school, you basically go to, big time jail. You're 18 over, you go to big house. This particular school is strict. It's very stern. It's grimy. It's crazy. The kids in there 9 times out of 10, either you make it or you don't, and the school is run by a female woman, a female woman, and her assistant is a male. Now, these 5 kids that come to this school are in here for, doing dumb shit in the street, doing dumb shit at home. Now, the parents agreed to send them there to get them better help, and this is why they're here. So we're gonna start with the first kid, Daniel. He's a Hispanic kid. He likes to run with the gangs. The reason why he is sent there because he gets into a situation with the gang. At the time he got sent to the school, he was about 10 years old. He got sent there at 10 years old for participating in a robbery / murder. Daniel was basically the kid who played the lookout. He was showing the gang his true colors. It all went left. The gang, Daniel ran. They split up. The cops chased him because he's more of the younger kid. They ended up catching Daniel, taking him, to the jails, calling his parents, letting them know the situation. Daniel didn't want to give up the gang. Being that he didn't want to give up the gang, another kid got caught with him. Another kid who was around 12 years old, who was a little 2 years older than Daniel. And the kid who else got caught with him, but Daniel gave them up, gave the gang up. Now, what happens now is the kid didn't want Daniel to know that he snitched. So the officers made it look good that him walking out of there. And they was like, Daniel was like, why he leaving? He was with me. And Daniel put 2 and 2 together. Oh, you snitched. You snitched. It's over. So the kid was basically like, nigga, I'm going home. I'm going to just tell the gang you snitched. They going to believe me or you. Sorry, buddy. I can't go to jail. My parents will fuck me up. He said, what about my parents? He said, listen, you the younger one here. You going to take the fall for this. So they end up taking Daniel, calling his parents, and, one of the officers made a suggestion of sending him to the prison school. It's a school for younger kids who could, get a better behavior treatment and all this and all that. The parents agreed, and they shipped Daniel the following day to the prison school. Now, we go to the second kid. Her name is Jaleesa. Jaleesa's 13 years old, and she basically just like hang with her friends, smoke weed. She takes drugs, ecstasy pills, and all that. 13-year-old kid getting to with all this crazy shit. It's just crazy. What happens now is one of her friends they were at a party. She was at a party with a group of her friends, and one of her friends decided to take 2 ecstasy pills, and she was 11 years old, and she ODs on the pills. And the rest of her friends, they panicked. They didn't know what to do. The dude whose house they was in, he was a much older guy. He just turned 18 that day. The neighbors overheard them screaming, called the cops. The cops came. Basically, the kid lied and said Jaleesa brought the pills there. He told her not to. They took Jaleesa. So she took the fall for it because he didn't want to go to jail. He basically threw it on her. He actually stashed a few of the pills in her bag, making the evidence look like it was really her. So police believed his story. They took her. She lived with her grandmother. Her grandmother ain't really had no problems with her because she helped out around the house. Now, being that her grandmother was needed a health aid instead of a younger person, they, offered the grandmother to send her to the prison school. She could be out and then just enough time to still take care of you, blase blah. The grandmother agreed. They shipped her the following day. Another kid we gonna get to, his name is Josh. Josh, a big fat kid. He's feminine. He also has anger issues. He's bullied at school. He's about 14 years old. Bullied at school because he's feminine. I don't want to call him gay because that's not what he prefers. He just prefers a feminine dude. He still likes women. He's bullied because the people at school think he's gay. Some of the girls bully him and everything. And this one particular girl was just happening to bully him at the wrong particular time, because before he got to school, he had a situation with his father. His father didn't feel him comfortable painting his fingernails. Father seen it, didn't like it. They got into it, bickering. And Dad told him, don't come back home with them fingernails. You cannot come back in this house with them fingernails. The dad also thought he was gay, but he was trying to tell his father, I ain't gay. I like women. I'm just a feminine guy. You just gotta respect what's me. Father didn't take too kindly into that. Basically told him, listen, don't come back to my house with them fingernails. You're not allowed in this house. Boys don't put fingernails, don't put nails on their fingers. They don't put polish on their fingernails. We don't do that here. He also has other siblings. He has an older brother and he has a younger sister. You know what I'm saying? So the father just ain't approve of that. The mother was just like, you can't kick him out. I could kick him out. This is my house. I pay bills here. He don't. His fat ass should be outside playing football or something. So he went to school angry as hell that day. You know what I'm saying? Real angry. Basically, his father was telling him he gotta leave if he couldn't be himself. The one girl who particularly was bothering him was picked the wrong time. As he was coming in all the way to school, she tripped him. Boop. Everybody laughed. He got up, he looked at her and brushed it off because he was furious. So he went to his locker like everything was sweet. Everybody was like, oh, you just ignored her. So they went on about their happy day. Now the girl thing was, she likes an audience. This particular bully likes her audience. When she gets an audience, she keeps going. When the kids just saw him walk away, they was like, oh, it was whack. Oh. So she decides to go even further. She takes a garbage pail and dumps him on his head while he's at his locker, right? So she also tell him, you smelly fat boy, what you gonna do now? What you gonna do now? You gonna cry to mommy? You gonna cry to daddy? You gonna cry, making fun of him. So in the instant of the moment, he snapped. Boom, he turned around, he threw the garbage pail. When the girl wasn't looking, he smacked her dead in her face. Boom, her head hit the locker. Boom, he gets over the girl, start banging her face in, beating her face into the locker. Boop, 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 boop. Broke her whole nose, blacked her eye, swelled up her jaw. After that, kids got him off. He ends up tossing kids like the Hulk. He just snaps. Toss kids. They end up getting off from security, end up bringing him down. They called his parents. He was suspended for school for about a good 10 days. The principal was also notified and informed the parents. Parents came and the principal suggested that he go to this prison school while he's out of school for these 10 days, just to get his act together. The father agreed instantly, shipped his ass there. Now these next two candidates, one is 16, one is 17. They're both females. And one is, they're both females, right? But one wants to be a dude. The 16-year-old wants to be a dude. He wants to be classified as a male. The other one's just a straight female. He calls himself Jake, but her real name is Jessica. So Jake, he gets shipped there. Jake gets shipped there because him and his mother was going back and forth. She didn't approve of his lifestyle. They get into it. He pushes his mother, knocks her out. The little brother sees, the older sister sees it. They call 911. When the mother comes to, she didn't want Jake in the house. So, she was also informed about the prison school, which she she gets shipped there, or she gets shipped to school. And the last girl, her name is Brittany. Brittany gets shipped to the school because she feels like she's on a killing spree. She has this intention of killing. She kills little animals, pets, and stuff like that. Little minor things: squirrels, cats, the neighbor's dogs. And her next thing was to kill the neighbor's kid. What happens now is she was babysitting the kid. The parents wanted her to get a job to get her mind off doing with all these crazy activities. And what happens is she gets this idea of torturing this kid. She gets the idea of torturing the kid. First, she starts flicking at him, playing with him, just to see what the kid was. The kid was about 6 years old. He was a smart kid, though. So she was babysitting, and the idea of killing a kid, because she was killing squirrels, she was killing cats, dogs, she was doing little things. She wasn't doing something big, right? So she had the image, she had the thoughts. She started nibbling at it, and the first victim was going to be a little boy she was babysitting. Now, what she does is she gets the kid ready for bed. Right, she's getting the kid ready for bed. This is when she thought out. This was when this was going to happen. It's right here, this right moment. I'm gonna kill this kid in his sleep. That's it. I'm gonna tell his parents he's found asleep. Then I'm gonna dip. What happens is, little boy. She reads the little boy's story. He starts to drift off to sleep. In the midst of him reading him the book, the boy nods off. He's starting to nod off. The parent comes home. She don't hear him. The mother is calling out for the girl named Brittany. Brittany doesn't hear it. The door is slightly closed. So she goes to the bathroom. The dad was like, I go upstairs and check, make sure they're okay. Once the little boy nods off to sleep, Brittany puts the book down. She grabs another pillow and starts to suffocate the kid. The father comes in just enough time, jumps on her, saves his son. What the hell are you doing? Calling the cops. So she tries to attack the dad. The dad ends up putting her down and telling the wife, call the cops. Cops come, they snatch her up. Being that she's 17, she's still considered a minor. So she tells the parent that, she gets the same treatment that the other kids got. There's a prison school she can go to. And she doesn't make it out to prison school within a month. She's going to jail for attempt. The parents agree. Now all 5 of these kids go to this school. They all coming together. The 5 newbies. They see the warden. The warden introduces herself on the first day. Brittany steps out of line. She gets back in. Don't talk back. Oh. So the other kid was like, you can't do that. So all the other kids decided to speak, except for the younger one, Daniel. Daniel looks on because he's the youngest out the bunch. And they all get assaulted. Boop, boop, boop. By the guards. The warden is speaking. Y'all are my pets in his school. This is my house. For you to get back into the real world, you have to survive me, the warden. And this is part 1, prison school. It's your boys Carter TV, and I'm out.